Hey guys, it's Mosaic Charles. In today's video, we're drawing my persona as Sailor Moon characters. First up, we have Sailor Mercury. She's indeed my favorite Sailor Moon character. I absolutely love her. She's my favorite out of all of them. So I didn't really want to do a standing up pose, so I decided to make her pose look like this, so that it was more of a, like a whole, like she was doing her powers type thing, which I think actually made this look a whole much better. And yeah, so her elbow was a little awkward, which is why I kept replacing, redrawing over it, because it was a little awkward. But yeah, I was trying to figure out her arm. It was kind of hard, but I did end up figuring it out. Once I figured it out, it still kind of looked a little awkward, but it was better than what it looked before. So yeah. So I decided to go for her eyes, instead of make her eyes look like the eyelash go down instead of up like how I normally do. Her hair, I stuck to her normal short hair, because, well, yeah, and in real life I have short hair. In my persona has like medium hair, so her normal short hair was still, gonna fit perfectly. I added a little part in her hair, like where her left eyebrow is. But yeah. So we were drawing out the bow, which was kind of hard since I had to figure out like where the bow would end and where the like ribbons on the bow would start, because, well, the arm was blocking it off, so it was a little hard to tell, but I still figured it out. So now we are drawing out the skirt, and the skirt was a little hard. I think I made it too short, and I think it's not as poofy as, like the Sailor Moon skirts normally are. But yeah. Hey Jamal. I'm just doing my voiceover for my video next Wednesday. Bye. When I first did the voiceover, I was a little tired, so I decided to delete the voiceover I did last time and redo it. So this is a redo of the voiceover because I was a little tired. But yeah. So doing the skin now, the skin tone is going to be different for each one because, well, I didn't save it into my palette, which I thought I did, but I didn't save it to my color palette. So the skin tones can be different for each character. So yeah. No, I love Sailor Mercury. I don't know why, but there's just something about her that really makes me love her character and her design. Everything about her is just amazing. I seriously don't know why though, but yeah. So now we're drilling on her gloves and stuff. I don't think she actually has like the thing that the Sailor Moon characters does. But yeah, so I tried to stick to the original shading that's inside of the actual anime, which was really hard. I really wanted to blend it out, but I was trying my absolute hardest to stick to the actual shading. So yeah, you might see me going back and forth throughout different layers, like a flash of light. That's because I'm going back and forth between different layers. So yeah, but yeah, I'm adding in the powers, and we're adding in some shading to make it look, just a little bit better, which this is whenever I went kind of out of the anime shading, because I know this is not how they actually shade it, but, I think it adds a, drama into the drawing like this. So yeah. Next up, we have Sailor Moon. I absolutely love her. I loved how I designed her too. To be honest, I also didn't want to do a standing pose because you guys have been seeing a lot of standing poses in my videos lately. So I thought I would give you guys some poses that, well, aren't standing up. Once again, I was having trouble with the arm. Still looks a little awkward, but it looks better than what it did before. So yeah. I'm drawing in her necklace, which was a little hard, and her hair. Now, I do know I made the bangs a little long. I didn't realize that until now. So yeah, her bangs are a little long. Then I had to redo it because I realized that, I had to redo the hair because I realized that, well, the eyes were going to be like that, meaning that her head is slightly tilted. So I had to, redo the hair. But doing the bow, and then I added the little line that she has going through her bow. So yeah. And then we added the bow that's on her waist, and then her shoes, which I think was really fun. I really did like doing her bows. Now, whenever you look at Sailor Moon, you can tell that they add like white dots inside the eye for like the pupil. So instead of what I normally do with, well, adding random shapes for the eyes, I never do actual circles. For this, I did actual circles because, well, that's how they do it. So yeah. Now, the thing is, instead of actually doing the actual anime art style that they have inside Sailor Moon, I did still stick to my art style. I just messed around with the shading. That's the only different thing I did for this one. Well, for this video, that is. But everything else is still like a cartoony, anime-ish vibe. Because my art style is cartoony mixed with anime, I decided to mix those two things together. Has a little bit of sheepiness in it, but it's not but the sheepiness isn't super obvious to the point you could be like, oh yeah, her art style is anime because the cartoon is some sheepiness. Nope, it's the two main things of my art style is anime and cartoony. I do throw a little bit of sheepiness into it. Like whenever I draw children, I make their heads a little bit more round and plump, and I make everything about them more round and plump. You would see them. But yeah, I don't know if I'm talking about this. I'm getting off track. I'm supposed to be talking about the drawing. But yeah, there's not much to say about this. The first, sketch was amazing. The only thing that I don't like about it would be the shape I made the skirt. But everything else is perfectly fine. But the skirt is just a little out of hand. So yeah. Then I started coloring, but I forgot that hand was supposed to be a glove and not her actual hand. So that hand will turn into a glove sooner or later. But yeah. So I'm coloring in the hand, but that is supposed to be a glove. So I will change that later on into a glove. So yeah, don't worry about that. Then we're doing in some more skin stuff for the eyes. I still had to leave a little bit of eye white, but I wasn't sure how to. Cause yeah. No, that was supposed to be sapphire, but it turned out more of a lilac tone. Instead of sapphire or very light blue, it turned out to be a little bit more lilac. So yeah. And then we added in some purple. It was supposed to be like sapphire and purple, but it turned it out to be sapphire, lilac, and a very light blue. So yeah. So we're doing two different colored ponytails because my persona has dyed hair, which is sapphire and dark purple. So I went for dark purple and a light blue that's supposed to be sapphire. And I know it's not sapphire, but it's the closest I could get to sapphire, so yeah. And yeah, that's Sailor Moon. Change of her gloves. And next we have Chibi Usa. I love her, and I know Chibi Usa is not a child. She's actually 100 and something. I'm pretty sure she's 102. One of those. But I still drew her in my child form, how I draw children. But I haven't really drawn children digitally before, so everything's not as round as I would normally make things. Like the head would normally be a whole lot rounder, but as you can see, the head is kind of round than what I normally do. The legs do look a little bit more rounded out than, well, how I do everything else. The shoes, instead of making them how I normally draw shoes, I also drew them a little rounded out. Because for children, I draw everything rounded out. I draw the eyes much bigger. You know, I use colors that kind of pop and look nice and soft. So yeah, that's why her hair is such a vibrant shade. And then her shoes are light, and like it was just nice contrast for children. And her eyes, I shaded the eyes how the anime shades eyes. It was still kind of hard, yes. And did I stick to the actual pupil? No. Instead of going for normal pupil, I went for my persona's pupil of what my persona actually has. The two little shells that's supposed to be part of her ponytail actually kind of look like two little carrots. Oh, two little bunny ears. Aww. It's like two little bunny ears on her head. I absolutely love Chibi Usa. Now for her, like she's mainly just one color, like purple. Well, she's pink and has some red, just like everyone else. So I decided to go for my first favorite color, dark purple, but instead of dark purple, I just decided to go for any shade of purple, which I think turned out pretty well. I'm gonna actually speed up this part because I have no clue where I want. Alright, this part sped up, and now I'm back, so yeah. So yeah, I added some purple sapphire. I tried to stick to the normal shading. Yeah, that's Chibi Usa. Next, this is Sailor Jupiter. Yeah, that's Sailor Jupiter. Next up, we have Sailor Jupiter. Sailor Venus is not a thing. Sailor Jupiter. Yeah, Sailor Jupiter. Now her design, I decided to go with something standing up because I have drawn a lot of poses. Her arms were a little hard. I had to keep messing around with them. But yeah, I was doing the same pose, but because I couldn't really think of a pose to do, so I decided to do the same exact pose that she was doing. Now the eyes are significantly different sizes, and it's really obvious, but it's the closest I could do. I had to keep messing around with her ponytail because it looked like it was, like there was wind and it was blowing in the wind, but if there was wind, the other two strands of her hair would also be blowing, but I wasn't trying to make it look like there was wind, so the ponytail was really hard, so yeah. Now, I didn't notice all the little black speckles that were, the black dots that were, like, on the screen and stuff. I don't know how I didn't realize that, but I, didn't. So, yeah. But doing the shoes, I feel like I made her legs, like, literally really boxy on accident. But, yeah. So we're doing some more things around. Messing around with her hair, her ponytail, because it looked like it was blowing in the wind, which is not what I intended. So yeah. My friends keep texting me. I'll read that later. We're doing some more detail. For her two strands of hair, I made the brush smaller so it looked like thinner pieces of hair. I think whenever I normally do things that are thinner, I normally do everything else first, and then I go to do the thinner things. But for this, I decided not to, and I just decided to keep shading the brush, even when it was supposed to be thinner. The other thing is, I don't know how to draw stars, so I did start off with like the base star, and then turned it into an actual star. Which didn't turn out too bad, but also didn't turn out too well. Then I decided to make her bangs, like her bangs and the two little pieces of hair coming out, like like the dyed hair that my persona actually has, and then the ponytail and the rest of her hair, because the rest of her hair is black. So like as I was thinking, as if my persona put her hair up in a ponytail and left out the rest. So yeah. Now we got coloring in the sleeves. I didn't really think of it, but I could have used the skin color and then changed the purple into a lower the opacity of the purple, so it actually looks transparent. But I didn't really think of that at the time. I forgot the bow, so I'm doing that. I also forgot the other side of the bow, but I will be drawing in the other side of the bow soon. Yeah. Sailor Jupiter, I really wanted to blend in the shading. I couldn't, but I really wanted to. I wanted to blend in every single piece of shading I gave her. I went and drew the other bow, then colored it in because I completely forgot. So I added on the two little bird things she has out of her wrist. And I wanted to go for her boots. I wanted to go for a white, but I didn't want it to be the same tint as the background, so I went for a more gray. It was supposed to be a lighter gray, but I couldn't really make it much lighter, because I wanted each tint of gray her outfit to be different. So yeah, I just realized I got a little bit of gray on her, like on her shoes where the purple lines are. Then I started blending, which I do fix later on, because I wasn't supposed to blend. Now, I didn't fix all the blending because I completely forgot about half of it. But yeah. But yeah, that's Sailor Jupiter. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Go follow all my social medias. And yeah, see you guys in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Come back for more. Have a wonderful day. And see ya!